What's up guys, and welcome back to the video. So today I have another Insurgency Sandstorm SDK tutorial video for you guys. And so in today's video I'm going to be showing you guys how to set up a checkpoint game mode. Now from the start you guys will see that the tutorial map is looking a lot different than how it did before, and that is because I couldn't really start making this video unless I did what I did to the map and how it looks now, because a checkpoint game mode just wouldn't work by me just placing everything down, but there's no like buildings and stuff. Otherwise you'll just be instantly killed by AI when you try to test it. So that's the reason for why I did all of this stuff. And in to be honest, it looks a little bit better instead of like being all open and everything. So before we get started, I do see my SDK is a little bit laggy. Hopefully it will catch up, but one thing I do wanna like tell you guys is before you start watching this tutorial or going any further, I would suggest you go watch the second video that I've made that's in the Insurgency Sandstorm SDK playlist, that says or like it shows you how to create your first map. I couldn't remember exactly what the title is, but please go watch that first if you are totally a noob, because there's a lot of things in here that I won't be like entirely repeating, and more like copying from what we did in previous videos. Yeah, so if you haven't watched my previous videos, I would highly suggest you go watch it first before watching this one, just so you are all caught up. And even if you don't want to watch like the entire or like some of the videos, but just make sure you know what's going on and you have sort of the same stuff set up than mine, because it's gonna make it a little bit easier to go through the video without you guys like commenting down below saying you guys are having problems and whatnot. So yeah, I don't know how long the video is gonna be, but I'm gonna try to make it as quick as possible. But there is a lot of steps that we need to go through to set up a checkpoint game mode. But with all that said, let's get to it. So the first thing that we need to do is we need to add a Navmesh bounce volume. So on the left here, just search for nav and you should find it here. Now I already have one in my map. And why are you freezing? Come on, okay. So mine is right here. And now you want to make it like a big enough size that it covers somewhat like all of like the entire of your map where you want AI to be able to like go to and run to and whatnot. So sorry. So I made it fairly big just so to make sure it's big enough so the AI can run around and whatnot. And also what I did is I did make it a little bit like higher or bigger. So because if you have like two-story buildings like these, you want AI to be able to like come up here to the upstairs per se. So if I press P, you guys will see it brings up and shows you the entire Navmesh and where AI are able to go. Now it does show you they can like walk on the roofs, but they'll never be able to like get up there, so you don't have to worry about if it's too high, but just make sure it's high enough so that they can get into the second story buildings. And then after you guys have placed down your Navmesh, just press P again to hide it, because we're done with that. And now depending on your map, everyone's everyone's spawns or objectives are all gonna be on different places. So I'm just gonna show you guys the basics on how to get it set up, and so that you can have a checkpoint game mode for your map. So what we're gonna do now next is, I know you can set up a insertion vehicle that like drives you in, and then it like ejects you, and then you start playing. But I think I'll make that into a separate video, because I don't want to make the video too long, and that's already gonna like take a little bit to set up. So yeah, so let's get to it. So we're already 5 minutes in, and so first thing what we need to do is we need to make a game mode level for our checkpoint game mode. So the next thing, you want to go into your map folder and then right click and say level. Okay, there it goes. I don't know why it's so laggy for me at the moment, so just name it. The TM is just your mod ID. I just prefer naming my levels this way. You don't have to, but just name it your map name. So this is gonna this map name is tutorial. So tutorial underscore and then the game mode. So I'm gonna make it obviously checkpoint, but after that I'm gonna put another underscore and call it security or type security, because I'm gonna make the security being the attackers and the insurgents being the defenders, if you would say. So once you've created that, we should be able to go to our levels tab here on the right, and over here on levels up here we're going to go to add existing. I want to go click on our checkpoint level that we just created, and I'm going to drag it into the game modes folder, but I'm going to make a new folder. So you can either click when you have it selected, you can either click here and it will automatically put it in that folder, but we're going to call this co-op or coop, whatever you want to name it. And so the next thing that we'll do is I am quickly gonna go to the world outliner, and now before we go on, we need to quickly make our scenario file. So let's just make sure you saved everything. And I'm just gonna duplicate the domination scenario, and then obviously we're gonna rename this to checkpoint. And now the only thing that I'm gonna put after this is also put in security, like so. Obviously if you guys want to play as the insurgents, obviously you will add like insurgents instead of security, and then after that we want to open it. Okay, so the next thing that you need to do is just make sure you've set your level, and this is going to be your map name and then underscore landscape. If you watched my previous videos, like I told you in the beginning of the video, you should already know how to set up these things, so I'm not gonna go through all of these things again. So the next thing is we'll change this later, but all we need to do is I'm gonna delete this name because it will automatically detect what scenario we are playing or game mode we are playing, and then it will automatically put the scenario name there. So but for game mode we're gonna go down here and put it to Insurgent Checkpoint Game Mode, and down here I just have my default lighting scenario set here as well. And then down here, this is where we want to now change this to our game mode label that we just created. So I'm just going to copy this name and I'm going to paste it in there. And then after that, you can leave this as is. Now, if you watched my how to set up your UI cameras, you will know what this level is for. And after you've done that, under objectives, we're also gonna like change this in a minute. But once you have set up all of that, we want to go back to the main window. And under world settings, we just want to go over here where it says default scenarios and just add another one so that we can add our like checkpoint game mode one. So I'm just going to search for mine. It's going to be this checkpoint security, and then game mode is going to be checkpoint game mode. Okay, so once you've done that, we can go on actually placing down the spawns and whatnot. So I'm gonna quickly go into my domination game mode. If you haven't watched that video, you won't have this. That's why I said please go watch my previous videos. And so in this one, I'm just gonna copy like the first team's stuff, and then the next thing that I will also do, or we can do this after, but first copy this team 1 stuff. And I'm going to go to levels, double click on checkpoint security, and then just paste it. And it's going to be over here. And so we just want to move it. Obviously yours might not be there exactly, but just move it into wherever you want your security team to start, or insurgency team, or insurgents, my mistake. So like so, and now I'm just gonna turn them. Now I'm gonna, for this video, just have 4 players that can spawn, but obviously for co-op you want to make it 8 players, but just for not having to do a lot of extra stuff, I am gonna like leave it as it is now. Okay, so the only thing that we need to do now is just quickly on this domination, change this now to checkpoint. This just helps us to extinguish when we search for this later on in our scenario file. We know this is the player starts and supply box and spawn zone for the checkpoint game mode. Okay, so once you've done that, we want to click on the spawn zone, go to the details panel, and team ID you want to leave on 0. And if you scroll down a little bit more, I just want to make sure. Okay, that's all fine. So now we want to just select all of the player starts, and down here where it says associated spawn zone, just make sure it's showing our checkpoint 1 now. And so also the next thing that we want to do is over here where it says team 3, we want to change this to team 1. And you want to do this for all of them. Like so. Okay, so once you've renamed them and everything is fine, just click on the supply crate and make sure the linked spawn zone here is also fine. Okay, so we are gonna okay, not on this one, but oh, it is this one. So once we've set up our first or our 3 objectives, this one we're gonna link up with the first objective. And now I'm gonna explain a little bit more later on in the video. So without taking too much time, the next thing that we'll do is set up the objective. So I'm gonna also copy this from the domination thingy because it's basically using the same stuff. So the next thing we need to do is go back to levels, go into domination. Now if you don't know how to set up these objectives capturables, go watch my domination game mode. And so we want to copy all three of these, or everything here except for this camera actor. And we're going to go back to checkpoint security, go here and then paste it. And this will also be over here now. So I'm gonna kind of move them here just so I can see them. I'm gonna move them again. So now this is when you want to need to decide where you actually want your checkpoints to be. So alpha, I'm gonna like maybe put come on, select this one. Make sure you just have the other objective capturable also selected because it's in all in one. Now I'm gonna move this up so this objective is like on the second floor. Now what you can do is you can press N so it snaps onto the like to the floor. Now I'm not gonna like exactly like put this perfect. Obviously this is what you guys need to go do and make sure however you want your objective to be. So I'm only like dragging this roughly in the spot that I wanted because I don't want to make the video too long, but I'm still kind of show you guys what you need to do. So this is going to be alpha. We're going to start here and we're going to attack on this building first. Okay, so I'm quickly going to place down Bravo objective as well. So what you want to do is I'm gonna make this like the second capture point. So I'm gonna let's put it like maybe in this building. Over here, like so. Okay, so once you've done that, you want to go and then drag your third one, and I think we're gonna maybe make it so that we need to run all the way over here. And let's see, let's make it so that the objective is like in here, this building. Now obviously, like I said before, this will all be different depending on however your maps is, so don't exactly follow how mine is because it's not going to be the same unless you're following exactly how I made the tutorial map. Then yeah, maybe then. Okay, so I'm gonna leave it there, and now we're done with the objective. So now we want to quickly rename them as well. Okay, so the next thing we want to just add checkpoint instead of domination. Like so. So once you've done that, just make sure they're all looking at the correct capture zone etc, and minimum players to capture, you can just leave it at 1. If you want to change that you can, but I'm just going to leave everything as is. And now we can go back to our scenario, and up here we want to remove team 2 because we're not going to have more than one team. So I think you go over here and say not add, delete, because we only have like the first team. So spawn zone gonna be the spawn zone checkpoint team 1, And now I'm not sure if you need to change this attacking team. I think I'm gonna make this to 0 because we're gonna be security, and 1 is for insurgents. I'm just gonna quickly open in a minute one of the other checkpoint scenarios just to make sure I'm showing you guys how to set up everything correctly. Okay, so objectives here. Yeah, let me quickly open one of the other scenarios just so I'm sure I'm not missing anything. Scenarios over here. And then we're gonna do co-op, and I'm just gonna choose any map farmhouse. Okay, so checkpoint security over here. Come on, engine. Please, editor. Please don't crash. Please, 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 I beg of you. Okay. Let's just leave it. Obviously yours might not have frozen there, but just give it a second for this to like finish. Okay, it opened. So let's just make sure everything here neutral, spawn, secondary objectives. Okay, so I'm just making sure everything here. Okay, so this one is hardcore for some reason, but it does seem like they don't have anything neutral spawn zones. I'm not sure why they don't have any there. So let me just quickly open one of the other maps. Okay, it all seems like the same. I don't know, it's weird how they... Oh, okay, I'm not sure why it might not have like the neutral spawns there, but let me just quickly see. Ah, okay, so you actually set up the spawns for that particular checkpoint. So what we want to do is up here we want to remove this one entirely. We're going to come back down here where we have our objectives. Now we want to make sure it looks at ours. So this is going to be alpha, this one is going to be bravo, and this one is going to be where's Charlie? Okay, let me just check and make sure I named Charlie correct. No, I did not. Checkpoint, like so. And now I'm just gonna remove these numbers. Just say yes, you get that pop-up. Let's quickly just finish these. Okay, now quickly go back to your scenario file, and I'm gonna just quickly set Charlie. Okay, so once you've done that, we now need to go on the first one, and we're gonna add our spawn zone checkpoint 1. Now we might have to rename that spawn zone to something else now, so that we know this one is connected to objective alpha. And now, so what we want to do now quickly is we need to copy this spawn zone or these again, and this is gonna be objective A. So what we want to do is copy these and then paste it. I want to drag this down and I'm just gonna make it so you spawn outside here. Now obviously this is gonna be different to your map, so obviously put it somewhere where you want it. So I'm just gonna press N so it snaps to the ground, and I'm just gonna put it here so you spawn like behind this building once you've captured actually this one. So whilst you have these selected, I'm gonna add these to another folder, and shit man. Okay, let's say we're gonna make this Bravo. So we know this is for objective Bravo, and I'm gonna also highlight these, put this in a subfolder, and name this Alpha, like so. So we know this is the spawns for the Alpha objective, this one. So we're gonna spawn here, and then Bravo spawn is gonna be for this objective over here. So let's quickly repeat this for the Charlie. So just Control C, Control V, and let's make it so that we I'm gonna make it so we spawn like inside of this building maybe, or I'm just gonna make it so you spawn like behind here. So I'm just gonna move it so it's a little bit nicer against like the wall, and it's not straight at all. Okay, like so. And so the next thing that we will do is, oh my goodness, okay, just make sure you have them selected. So I'm gonna check them, add it to the new folder, and name this one Charlie. Just drag it up into team 1. Okay, so now we have Alpha, Bravo, and Charlie spawns, and then as you guys can see, it added team 2, team 3. So obviously you can add here Charlie as well. The name is already too long, but I think we'll be able to know which one is which. So next thing is we need to quickly go to our scenario file again and add the spawn zones for the other 2 objectives. So this one is gonna be spawn zone checkpoint team 2. This one is gonna be spawn zone checkpoint team 3. Now you can change that. In fact, I think let's quickly do that. On the spawn zone, instead of team, wait, this is gonna be Bravo. So just say yes. Let's quickly do it for this one, and this one is gonna be Alpha. And then this one is gonna be Charlie. And then just quickly make sure you saved, and if we go back here, it will now say Alpha, Bravo, Charlie, and then that is how we want it. And so the next thing that we need to do is actually set up the spawns for the AI, if I'm correct. Let me quickly go back here. And so we have set up all of this, and so the next thing that we need to do is, I'm just going through and make sure we have everything set up. So far we our scenario is you could say like finished. Now we need to actually put down the okay, we need to put down the spawns for the AI. So for objective A, I'm just going to quickly go on my other screen just to check something quickly so I don't miss anything. Okay, so the counter attack, I'm just reading this from the guide from mod.io, so you guys can also go read up on that as well if you want to. I'm just following this so I don't miss anything. So if you want to, you can add counter attacks, So that means, let's say you capture this, and then you want to make it so you have to defend it. You can add a counter attack as well. Now, they say here place a spawn zone counter attack actor in the desired location. So basically, over here, we're gonna search for counter spawn zone counter attack. So basically, you drag this in, and then whatever team you want the AI is gonna be in. So obviously, this is gonna be 1. And so what this does is, once you've captured this point, you can drag it somewhere where you want the AI to spawn, and it will actually count, and they will actually come and counter attack you, and then you need to defend it. But I'm not gonna really show you guys how to do this, but it's very simple. You just drag these out wherever you want the AI to spawn when they are doing a counter attack. So I'm not gonna do this, so I'm gonna delete it. So we will quickly go on to the next step. So I'm just reading here. So they also say here on the guide you have an option to have a vehicle counter attack, but we're also not gonna do that. And so objectives, we want to quickly make sure we have all of these set up. Okay, we already did our objectives. Now I will make a separate video showing you guys how to make weapon cache objectives, because I haven't like tried to set up those for myself. And so we will just go down. We already set up our supply crates. Let's just make sure. I'm just reading here from the guide, so excuse me if I just stand still. Okay. Link spawn zone and linked objective. Okay, so this is what we need to do now next. Because we already placed down these ammo crates, we now need to set up and link them to the objectives. So on here, this is going to be alpha. So linked objective is going to be objective capturable checkpoint alpha. And so basically that's all you need to do. You can go and change these stuff in here if you want to. And so now we want to go here on the right and then click on supply for the Bravo supply crate. Over here we're going to choose this checkpoint Bravo. We're going to go to Charlie and then also set this to objective capturable checkpoint Charlie. And so once you've done that, we should have our spawn or our supply crates all set up. Now one thing I need to do is quickly, because I don't have this, if you want to, you can make it so it closes when it's empty. If you don't want to, you don't need to, but I do think if you like once you've captured this ammo crate or supply crate, this one won't be you won't be able to use this then anymore, because you will spawn here and then you will use this one. Okay, so I think we're almost done. We just need to place down like where the AI spawns at each objective. So let's quickly do that. Now one thing they also are talking about here in the guide that I'll quickly go over is cover actors. Now like I said before, I don't want to make the video too long, but I do think I can make a follow-up video after this one showing you guys how to set up cover actors. But on the guide on mod.io, you guys can go and read there. It's very simple to do, and just do whatever they say on the guide. But I will make a video for you guys as well if there's some of you that would rather want me or want to watch the video showing you guys how the cover actors work. But the cover actors just makes it so the AI can like take cover inside of the buildings for say, or just like sort of know where they can take cover instead of just standing around. So the next thing that we'll do is just we'll go past this. And now this is the next thing that you can do. If you don't have to, but you can, is you can add restricted areas. Now since the restricted areas are controlled by an empty spawn zone volume designed or assigned to the AI's team, they primarily used to keep players from running into areas where AI are spawning and slow down the pace of the game. Now I will be maybe making a separate video on that. I just want to keep this video as short as I can without having to rush it, and just have the basic stuff set up, and then I will make another video showing you guys how to set up restricted areas for the checkpoint game mode. So we're just gonna skip this, and then the next step is set up the scenarios. We already did that. Game mode default scenarios, we already did that. And now I think this should be everything then. So let's quickly try this out. The video is already at almost 40 minutes, so let's quickly try this out. So all you need to do is, because we already went to the world settings here and we already added our scenario to this default scenarios, so we should be all good to go. Just make sure everything is fine. If you think you missed something, you can go back in the video and just make sure you did not miss anything. And so the next thing that we'll do is just go to play, go to scenario override and choose checkpoint, and we're gonna click play, and hopefully thumbs up, or like hopefully I did everything correctly, and hopefully you guys also did everything correctly. So my preview client is just lagging for a minute, and as you guys can see, we can't choose any of the teams, so that means that everything is all set up good. Now I don't have a minimap yet. That's also a video that I'll be making soon. I'm gonna choose commander, and now yeah, my UI cameras aren't exactly nicely done, so we're gonna quickly spawn here. As you guys can see, it only shows A because that's the current objective that we need to capture. Now let's wait for this time, and then the bots should spawn as well. Okay, wait, let me quickly exit because I forgot something. And now we want to go down here and make sure enable bots is selected and click play. And so we want to choose commander again, or whatever class you want to test it with. And say, now you guys will see we have some friendly little companions. And oh my goodness, I totally forgot. We didn't place down the AI spawns. Okay, so let's quickly do that. Okay, I think we do have everything set up. Let me just quickly click play again, and we'll quickly test it out and see if they actually spawn. I did enable bots, so they should spawn. I think if we open the scoreboard, yeah, okay, they did spawn. Okay, cool. My bad for that. I thought we needed to do something else still, but I guess we didn't have to. Now obviously if you had the cover actors placed down in your map, they will actually like move around wherever you had them. Oh shit. Oh, okay, I forgot. Okay, so they will actually spawn at the other objective, like at Bravo, and then run to Alpha. Okay, they're actually busy bringing artillery. Okay, they've actually entered the building. Holy shit. Okay, now usually you just have to kill most of the AI here. And then now we can run to Bravo. Holy shit, they're still motoring. Okay, now as you guys know, they will actually spawn at Charlie and then run to Bravo. Now, as I told you guys previously in the video, if you guys added those counterattacks spawns, they will automatically, like after you capture this point, make you defend it, and then they will spawn on those positions that you guys set.
Reloading! Reloading! Alright, we captured Bravo!
Okay, now that we have Bravo, we can quickly run to C. I'm not sure where they spawn, if it's on C. I think they also spawn like at the position, at that point. I'm gonna be like a sneaky boy. And I basically took out like their entire squad, I think, there.
We are capturing Charlie!
Oh shit! Lol. Okay, well guys, as you guys can see, it does work. If you guys did everything correctly, and as you guys can see, we're spawning here now. And so, if you did everything correctly and followed my steps, it should work for you as well. So let me quickly see. If I die again, I'll quickly exit.
Alright, taking Charlie!
Okay, come on, come on, come on.
We have captured Charlie!
And I think there it will go to victory now. Because my game crashed. Or just froze. Oh, damn it. Alright guys, I'm back. So my SDK did actually crash there. But yeah, like I said before, if you guys have set up everything correctly, you guys should have the same result that I did. Yeah, I will make those follow-up videos soon, but I think the next video that I'll be making is how to set up your minimap. Yeah, if you guys enjoyed the video, give it a thumbs up. If you didn't, a thumbs down. And also remember to subscribe if you're not subscribed yet. And also remember to check all of the links in the video description. And I'll see you guys in the next one.